Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. My name is Alcime. I am your current program associate for Guitars Over Guns. And today we got something special for you guys. Today we have a Haitian Flag Day showcase. I believe this is the first Haitian Flag showcase we've had. And this has been a long time coming. A lot of our Go-Go fam is Haitian. So we got to represent. So I'm going to allow some people to walk in and come through. So while we wait and we allow people to join the stream, please share. Go ahead and call your friend, call your cousin, call your auntie, grandma, grandpa for all my Haitians. And let people know that we're coming through and we're going to teach about culture. We're going to have some people come through and also perform and also discuss some topics for you guys. Welcome, 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 everybody. You're officially now in the official first Haitian Flag Day showcase for Guitars Over Guns. I'd like to thank all the many faces that are here. Man, this has been a long time coming. One thing about it is I'm super excited to share my culture with you guys, our culture, if anything. So just a little bit about Guitars Over Guns. If you don't know, Guitars Over Guns is a nonprofit organization that I was a part of as a student, and we mentor kids through the arts. I'm a former student and former mentor. Then I became an intern, and then now I'm serving full-time as your program associate. And I got to say, it's been a life-changing experience. With me, I have Celestine, who's currently a student, one of our drummers in our alumni bands currently right now, was one of my first mentees in the summer camp when Celestine was like, what? He was like, not too short, but not too tall. You grew a lot since then. So he'll be joining us later on for a little quick interview. But I would like to also thank our partners for tonight. Let me go ahead and go down the list. Savage Content, Castle and Castle, FON Advisors, Bob and Kathy Bernstein, Mama B and Papa B, Turner Investment Management, the Dr. Jack Whitridge Foundation, law offices of Brian Perlin, BAC Florida Bank, AT&T, and most importantly, I would like to thank the Green Family Foundation. Without you guys, this would not be possible. And speaking of the Green Family Foundation, I would love to introduce Kimberly Green, who is their current president. So Kim, you could go ahead and take it away, say a few words.
Yes, thank you so much. Well, I am honored and excited to be part of the first annual of many, many more celebrations of Haitian Flag Day.
Sure.
You know, this is a very special day for so many people, especially historically in the Caribbean. I know you guys are going to talk a lot about what this means for Haitians, what it means for history, what it means for global history, Haiti being the first Black independent nation in the world. But it's also, for me, somebody who's been involved in Haiti for about 25 years or so now. It's really a special day because of the honor and the pride and the respect that is held for the Haitian flag. You know, the history around it to me is so powerful, and I don't want to take that away from anybody who's going to talk about it. But is it okay if I talk about it, even though I'm not Haitian? Just
definitely. I'd love to talk about it. Go ahead. This is the place for it.
You know you honorary Haitian. Stop it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well,
to me, what's so incredible is when I first started studying Haitian history and learning about Haitian culture, was people always said that it was created by the Haitian Betsy Ross. And I always remember saying to myself, well, doesn't she have her own name? You know, like, why does she have to be the Haitian anything? I mean, she's just Catherine Flan. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, please correct me. So I looked it up and I found a bunch of art, paintings and artwork that really inspired me to do the to include that in part of the first film that I did, documentary about Haiti, many, many years ago, which I'll do a shameless plug, was narrated by Maya Angelou. So that was a big honor. But I will just say one of the most, I don't know if it's folklore or how true it is, but that Dessalines, one of the founders of Haiti, sliced the French flag with a sword and ripped the white out of the center, which was symbolically ripping the white out of the oppression on Haitians. And Catherine Flan sewed the blue and the red together to make the Haitian flag. And I just love that. You know, I think that that's such an act of defiance and yet creating their own, you know. So I really think that it's wonderful every May 18th to see everybody around Miami, I'm sure in other cities that have a large Haitian population, with the Haitian flags on their cars, and there you go, and on the shirts, and it's fantastic. And I think that at the Green Family Foundation, we're very active and invested in Haitian culture, Haitian cultural projects. We support a lot of music. We support a lot of Haitian authors. We work with the Miami International Book Fair to do a program called Read Caribbean. And we focus on Caribbean authors, but we have a lot of Haitian authors that come through that program, and both fiction and nonfiction. We also have a wonderful project, which Chad and I have talked about, and I hope one day to share more with Guitars Over Guns. We produced a box set of music that has 10 CDs, and the music was recorded in the 1930s in Haiti, all field recordings. And they were done by a famous white ethnomusicologist who named Alan Lomax. And the thing about that is, history is written generally about people, not by people, as we all are learning. And take what you want out of Alan Lomax, but the music, the recordings speak for themselves. It is people in their own voices talking about their own history, their own culture. And many books have been written about that, both by Haitians and non-Haitians. But it's a wonderful example to trace Haitian history through music. They have French lullabies, they have political songs, voodoo songs, rah-rah. So, this is something that we've been able to utilize that's timeless. It's not just one project that we funded. This is something that we can continue, working on forever. So that's really one of the projects that we are involved in Haitian culture that we're most proud of. But there's so many throughout Miami and throughout the country that we read about, that we help to fund. And it's really such a rich, interesting, involved history. And I think that now we're at a time in global history and sort of in the zeitgeist to talk about these type of origin stories. To use a superhero reference, which probably isn't the best, but it is kind of, when you look at how Haiti has survived and has created all of this on their own, despite all of the hardships that face the people in the country. So what's so great about our involvement with Guitars Over Guns is, not only is it a wonderful program, but it really showcases the international involvement of Miami-Dade and South Florida. And I just love hearing that mixture of flavors in the music, like our food, like our language, and our music here in Miami. Definitely. So I'm excited to listen to everybody talk about the Haitian flag and Haitian history and hear music and just be involved with everybody here and feel all the feels.
Thank you. And that is definitely, for me, I honor you for that, because, as passionate as you are, sometimes that's a check for me to also go and learn my history about my own flag, as someone that's non-Haitian, and, learn about my culture and be that impacted by it. It means a lot. So I really appreciate you for coming through. And without further ado,
can I real quick, Caleb, just say the exact opposite?
Sure, go ahead.
Kimberly, the fact that you're non-Haitian and you're so into the Haitian culture, it just shows how we all should be in interacting with cultures. Makes me want to learn about another person's culture. You know what I mean?
That's right.
The world would be a lot better place if we all followed your example.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely. I echo that. I definitely echo that. We got some more love in the room. I'd like to shout out Mr. Gerard Legagner, our board member currently right now with Guitars Over Guns. What's up, Gerard? You probably can't hear me. Oh, you can't. There you go. I see you. How you doing, man? We miss you. I miss you. I got to check in with you. It's been a minute since we checked in, so probably might give you
I hear you, but I'm also, I love to be a board member, and you know that Haiti is my #1 priority.
For sure.
I'm multitasking at the moment. I'm working, and because the demands on my brain are they never end. They never end.
Sure.
But I wanted to make sure that I'm here for y'all, and I was loving the music, and I love this time of year. You know that, bro.
Yeah, we got to represent. Man, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. Without further ado, we'll move forward. We got a treat for you guys. Tonight, just like we said, plain and simple, we will be celebrating Haitian culture. So right now, I want to introduce one of my favorite mentors, Inez Barlatier. I'm saying it correct, right? Okay, cool. Huh? Barlatier.
Yes. Yeah, you gotta throw the N. You gotta throw the.
We gotta finesse. Barlatier. Okay, cool. She is one of our mentors and site coordinators at Georgia Jones Ayer Middle School and Lake Stephen Middle Schools. And we have a guest. Her father's performing with us, and I gotta say thank you for performing with her. You can go ahead and take it away if you'd like to go ahead and introduce yourself and let us know what you're about to play.
Yes, so my name is Inez Barlatier, and I'm here with my father, Jan Sebon, and we're going to perform first Ayiti, a classic Haitian song about the beauty of our beautiful our country and why we love it so much. It's a love song for Haiti. It's a love song for Ayiti. I let my father correct me. And after that, we're going to sing a song called Na Congo, which is a song my father wrote about the people of Ayiti. It talks about the different tribes. And if you don't know, I'm not sure if we're going to share it, but Ayiti shares ancestors, Taino ancestors, that they have in Puerto Rico, Cuba, Bahamas, Jamaica, and the Caribbean. So that's part of our history too. So if you're of Taino descent, this is your history too. And after that, we're going to sing a song called Claim Your Fame, which I wrote, which is about claiming your fame, remembering who you were before you were here, your ancestors, and remembering them and honoring them. And the last song we're going to sing is Ayi Bobo, which is another song of mine, which talks about rebirth and getting over tough times like we all done this past year and some. So for further ado, we're going to start right now.
Mwen te fet nan yon bel ti zile, tan vin tan pas tape koule, peyi msi la, fa fi dombe, toujou genen, kapelite, Haiti, men se kon sa rele, vle pa vle oui, fok li chanje, tout sa yap fe pou ite nou sou do.
Haiti, maman, Haiti, chérie.
Mwen autour la vie, Haiti, c'est nous à où même oui.
Haiti, pays, Haiti, chérie.
Mwen voilà folie, Haiti.
Let's stay trip together. It's crazy, okay?
Name de belle pour l'arc-en-ciel, t'es douce passée, encore nous crions, petite ligne, pas d'apprécier, parce que nous pas qu'un mondial, étranger qui propose apprécier, des petits cris, les pour y aller, refuse.
sir. Yeah. Potência África.
To my sisters and to my brothers, it's the same. We got this spirit. We got no reason to be afraid. And it's so to your name. Songez, songez, à songer, songez, à songer, songez, songez, à songer dans cette yo, à songer dans cette yo, songer dans cette yo, à songer dans cette oh, build up your arms, young. There's a gift to be lifted from up off the ground to reveal the mystics to your whole story. Your whole story. To my sisters, to my brothers, it's the same. We got the spirit. We got no reason to be afraid, and it's so easy. Cause it's the birthright to your name. I claim your fame, claim your fame. It's the birthright to your name. I claim your fame, claim your fame. It's the birthright to your name. Songez, 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 songez. Songez means remember. Remember the people that came before us. Today, we remember the ancestors that fought for our freedom, like Dessalines, Louverture, Cécile, Fatima, and all the women who fought for our freedom. Catherine Plon. Remember that Ayiti helped many, many countries fight for their freedom as well. It did not stop in Ayiti. Freedom reigned all over. Songez, 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 yo. Songez, 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 songez dans cette yo. Songez dans cette yo. Songez dans cette yo. Songez dans cette oh. Songez, 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 remember, remember, remember.
Yeah. That was really good. Yeah, one more.
Right? Yeah.
Excuse us.
We tell them the guitar.
Aí, Bobo.
Oh, I believe in skies of gray. They still can be seen. Shades of blue. When the sun leads through the moon, I start new. I 'cause if skies crumble and break seas to yours, can rise up in the morning and break hope through sunken eyes, then the love that was lost can start anew. Give me the light. Beats a drum louder than you and I, louder than you and I, 'cause if skies crumble and break streets to yours, can rise up in the morning and break hope through sunken eyes, then the love that was lost can start anew. Thank you so much. Thank you, Guitars Over Guns. If you don't already, please support Guitars Over Guns. We do amazing work impacting the lives of the youth, and I'm so happy to be part of Guitars Over Guns. I mean it when I say they have changed my life for the better. Love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Inez. Let me see if you can hear me. All right, good.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Inez. Oh man, you brought us back. You brought us back. One sec. We had some audio issues. Boom. Boom. Okay. I'm hearing the echo. There we go. Cool. Thank you so much, Inez. You literally brought us back to the island. I know for one, you had Millie turn on her camera and start dancing. So that's a big deal. You definitely had me dancing over here. And really quickly, if you don't mind, one thing about Haitian music, it always brings up questions for me. I'm sure it brings up questions for a lot of people because there's probably some things we didn't understand. So I wanted to go ahead and ask you and your father a couple questions to get, your background and how you got started and what music means to you. So first off, first question, I want to know, at what age did you begin playing music?
So my father, he will be returning. I started playing music before I could remember. My father's a musician, and he had a band in our house. So I would be in the rehearsal. So I was a little baby in diapers, afro, with a whistle, playing the breaks. And I can't remember when I started playing music because at 10 years old, I started writing, but music has always been with me. I feel like music is a first nature for me. So, and then at 12 years old, my father gave me the option of having a cell phone or a guitar. I chose the cell phone, and then I started playing guitar, and I threw away the cell phone. So at 12 years old, I started writing music, and my father put me in his band, Jan Sebon and Kazakh International. And then they want to know, Papa, when did you start playing music?
Well, I started playing music when I was 14.
My father started playing music when he was 14.
But like I just said, I don't really know because my mother used to sing a lot. That's how I learned how to sing. So she sang a lot of voodoo songs. She's at home. And that's how I learned to raise my voice. And I'm still doing it with my kid because every time I sing something, I want my kid to repeat it. But not all of them is going to get it, but I try.
Sure. And
I
you
let
did a
this
good
girl
job.
to get it that much, and then Mishne.
Yeah.
Definitely. And
Oh, shout out to my sister Inez Barlatier. Today's her birthday. Haitian Flag Day on the yes. Her middle name is Catherine, like Catherine Fro.
Got it. Oh, that's awesome.
She was born on May 18th, so I give her Catherine middle name.
I see what you did there. That is awesome. And it's kind of like the same thing with me with music.
She's really happy about that.
For sure. Definitely. It's kind of like the same thing with my upbringing with music. My mom sung in church choirs and stuff. We had to go to groupdom and was always in rehearsals and stuff. You know about groupdom.
Yeah.
Always singing. So, yeah, that was kind of like, I relate heavily with that.
Early enough, I make Inez take everything from the band. She do sound check. She plays and she went on stage. Now she'd wait for herself, and I even get in trouble when I play with her.
Wow. I can only imagine a small Inez banging on some drums. It paid off. It paid off. So, yeah. Inez, how does it feel performing with your father?
It's truly a blessing. It's truly a blessing. Not everybody gets to do this. I know very few people who get to perform with their family. I got lucky because my father really instilled Haitian culture inside of me, and I was able to know my identity a lot earlier than most people. Because when I was growing up in Miami, being Haitian was something derogatory, but not with my father. He taught me very early on where we come from, what we are. So I feel really blessed. I actually feel like I chose my father to raise me.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, I chose my father to raise me so I could live this life. So I just feel like it's divine. It's divine.
Yeah, and back to the comment you made about like growing up, being Haitian was kind of like a derogatory thing, and I experienced the same thing, and we'll get into that later. But definitely, I resonate with that. I remember growing up in high school, not even high school, elementary school. I only said I was Haitian on Haitian Flag Day because everybody had their flag, and then when it came to May 19, I put the flag away, and I tried to be like all the other kids, and you know what I'm saying. I'm happy now that I'm learning. I'm glad Papa taught you well. He told you to rep it from the jump, so that is awesome. So my next question for you, I know that you have a children's choir called Ayiti, Haitian Stories and Songs. What inspired you to launch that?
So yes, I have a children's show, And it's an interactive concert for children, and it's called Ayiti, Stories and Songs from Haiti. And this show is a full hour of a Haitian history lesson with music, with dancing, with drumming, interactive. We learn about things that how you say Haiti in Taino, Ayiti, which means land of tall mountains. We learn about a little bit of 1804, the revolution, and the show is actually cross-cultural. So we talk about themes. I talk about Ensemble nous faut, which is on the phrase on the flag, Les Union for la Force. It means together we are strong. That's a very strong theme in the show. And other themes in the show are about togetherness, community, inner happiness. And the show exists because there is no children's show out there for children my age. When I was growing up in school, I never saw a Haitian concert for my age group celebrating Haitian culture. So, except when I played my father's band. And so this is really just an amazing gift to be privileged to be the one right now. So far, the only Haitian artist doing children's music. And right now, a video of that show is being shown to elementary students across Miami-Dade County. So we're doing a talk back, we're learning with them, and they're learning about Haitian culture.
Awesome. So our last question is, where can we find these videos and your father's music so we can stay plugged in with you?
So if you want to follow us, my father's Instagram and social media is Jan Sebon. That's spelled JANSEBON. And my Instagram handle, social media handle, is Inez B Music, INEZ B Music. And if you follow us, you can find the links to our music and all that.
For sure. Inez and Papa, merci en pile. I've been very blessed with your music. Man, I feel like I gotta go and take a tumbo lesson because Inez, I did not know you played the tumbo like that. Tumbo, for everybody that don't know, means drums. Yeah, I'm gonna need to clock in some lessons with you, so I'll hit you up.
Oh my dad.
I'll get it from the master himself. Sure. And Chad says in the comments he wants to play with Sebon again.
Yes, so Chad and my father used to play music together.
With
Awesome.
Les
Antilles.
Ensemble.
Oh, Les Antilles Ensemble. So yes, Chad, one of the co-founders of GoGo, used to play with my father. So
Full circle moment.
Mm-hmm.
Chad is played everywhere. Chad is played everywhere. All right. Well, thank you, Inez and Papa. It was nice having you guys. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and go to our next performance, which is I have the honor of doing, which is Unistiq. Unistiq is our alumni band. I'm a part of Unistiq, and we went ahead and recorded this for you guys. It is very hard to get Unistiq all in one place at the same time because we're not kids anymore. We're adults. At first, it was more of like all we did was school, but now we actually gig and we actually have jobs and lives. So we went ahead and recorded for you guys. And what we will be performing is a song out of a hymnal book. Let me see. I got a piece of that with me now. I don't know if you guys can see. This is called a Sunday Spirits. And this in Creole, that is translated as Songs of Hope, right? He's laughing because this is like really prevalent in the church. This is one of the main things we use to sing songs. Like I said, Sunday Spirits means Songs of Hope. And this is my dad's actually. It's kind of beat up. You can see I used to draw in it when I was younger. And then my dad will find me and just look at me like, what were you doing? I was like, I wasn't paying attention to the service, so I had to find something to do. But without further ado, we'll go ahead and play that video for you guys. It was a treat. I got to shout out my guys, Gabe, Krista, Jeff, and myself. We recorded here in the office, and it took a while, but we got it done. So please go ahead and enjoy this. Carly, if you could put the video on screen, that would be great. Thank you.
soit problème qui devant l'éternel plus grand passé yo. S'il était femme dans main rouge là, li ka fait ça tout. Maladie ça ka prangé là, Rafa pi faut passer li. Si t'es guéri femme bête descend, li ka fait ça tout. Rien pas plus passé, rien pas qu'à rivaliser. Lycée premier, dernier, célèbre Dieu, oui célèbre Dieu. Rien pas plus passé, rien pas qu'à rivaliser. Lycée premier, dernier, célèbre Dieu, oui célèbre Dieu. Montagne qui campait devant là, Jéhovah piro passe li. S'il crase mirage Jéricho, li ka fait ça tout. Méchant qui a poursuivi, l'Éternel puis faut passer li. S'il t'est en la mer rouge là, li ka fait ça tout. Rien pas plus passé, rien pas qu'à rivaliser. Lycée premier, dernier, célèbre Dieu, oui célèbre Dieu. Rien pas plus passé, rien pas qu'à rivaliser. Lycée premier, dernier, célèbre Dieu, oui célèbre Dieu. Rien pas plus passé, rien pas qu'à rivaliser. Lycée premier, dernier, célèbre Dieu, oui célèbre Dieu. 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 Rien pas plus passé, rien pas qu'à rivaliser. Lycée premier, dernier, célèbre Dieu, oui célèbre Dieu. Rien pas plus passé, rien pas qu'à rivaliser. Lycée premier, dernier, célèbre Dieu, oui célèbre Dieu. Célèbre Dieu, oui célèbre Dieu. Célèbre Dieu, oui célèbre Dieu.
Boom. There you have it, folks. You just got a glimpse of my whole childhood every day. Even sometimes, Celeste, you heard about a sis, right?
Yeah.
Even at like we Haitians at Haitian churches, there's something called a sis, 12 hours straight, just singing songs just like this out of this book. You know what I'm saying? So I'd say for me personally, growing up, I did not like those songs at all. I wanted to listen to Snoop Dogg. I wanted to listen to, at the time, who was popular, Gucci Man. And I did not like those songs at all. But as I got older and I started embracing the Haitian culture, those songs definitely resonate with me, especially personally now in this season. A lot has been going on. And so to even get in the office and play with my brothers and sisters, it meant so much to me. We actually left the office like around 1 a.m. Because that was the only time we were available to record it. But I'm so glad we did. It was such a, yes, Mire, l'église, l'école, la caille, that's it. In English, that is translated school, church, and home. That's the only place I knew. And that's where my parents felt like I was safe. And I think they did a good job because I think I came out all right. Would you say so? I don't want to hear the answers. Let's see. But without further ado, I'll go ahead and pass it over to James. He is one of our current community coordinators and community advocates. I love to refer to James as the man with the facts. I see him as a serious historian, and I think you should like do that as full time, bro. Because literally every time I have a conversation with you, you're dropping facts, and I feel like I gotta have a notebook. So James, please, if you can share a couple facts with us and educate the masses on our culture.
Welcome to St. James Fun Fact Time.
There we go.
Yo, I just can't, I can't just go without saying what an awesome performance that was from you and your band, Caleb, Inez and her dad. This has been an awesome night celebrating history, Haitian history and culture specifically. So I wanted to take a second, firstly, to talk about the Haitian flag and what it means. As Kimberly said, where it came from was from Dessalines, a great revolutionary leader and forefather of Pan-Africanism, ripping the French flag apart and then giving it to his granddaughter by the name of Catherine Flon to sew back together. And what he did was he ripped out the white because the white represented white supremacy, right? But the French flag was red, white, and blue. Now, those are colors, red, white, and blue. You know, they're in the American flag. They're in a bunch of European flags. It's very popular in flags. But the Haitian flag, like we said, we ripped out the white to take out the white supremacy, and then there was the red and the blue. Now, the Haitian flag has gone over 8 or 9 different changes over the years, but the one thing that's remained the same is the red. But we'll get to that in a minute. The first thing I want to talk about is the blue and what the blue represents. The blue is supposed to represent democracy. Now, a lot of people say, which I agree, that Haiti is the first Black republic in the world. I will go a step further and say it is the first true republic, period, in the world. First true democracy, and that's what the blue in the flag represents. You see, the Greeks, they kind of invented democracy, right? They were the first ones to talk about democracy and write and philosophize about it, but the Greeks had slaves. The France, they were the best to talk about liberty and fraternity, and they put it down on paper with the rights of man, but they as well had slaves, and they carved up Africa like the rest of Europe did. America, as we know, they had slaves up until 1865 in the Civil War and the Emancipation Proclamation. Even Haiti wasn't a true democracy. And even after America freed the slaves, women still could not vote, right? Even until the Civil Rights Movement, Black women could not vote, right? So it took a long time for America to actually live up to the ideals that it sought for. Haiti, Ayiti, was the only place in the entire world that was a true democracy, where every man, every woman, regardless of your religion, regardless of your gender, you had a right to vote, you had a say in what happened in your country. So I would throw away that first Black Republic thing and say that Haiti, Haiti, is the first true democracy in the entire world. That is what the blue on the flag represents. Now let's talk about the red, because a lot of people don't like to talk about that. Like I said, through the many changes that the Haitian flag has gone through, the red has always remained. And why? Because the red represents the blood that was spilled. The blood that was spilled for revolution, for liberty, for freedom, for the first successful slave rebellion in history. And it's so that we always remember, right? I want to talk about something else that was that the red represents. Something that probably first happened in Ayiti and Haiti, and that's a thing called settler colonialism. Now we all know what a settler is, right? It's someone who literally moved from one place to another to make it their home. Yep. We were all taught what a colony is. It's a group of settlers that move from one place to make it their own, to make another place their home. The difference between colonies and immigrants, though, is colonies tend to set up their own infrastructure, their own way of doing things. They don't assimilate into the population like immigrants generally do. So take those two things together and put colonial settlerism together. And what that is when a group of people move to a new place and decide they want to completely replace that new place with a new people, right? And that's basically what Columbus did, right? Columbus ain't discovered nothing. Columbus was kind of an idiot, you know? He thought he was going to India. That's why he called him India. But that's one of the things that he was very successful at. I believe it was estimated to be about 100 million indigenous people on this land. They exterminated 90 million, 90% were gone. There's a wonderful documentary out you guys should watch. It's called Exterminate All the Brutes. It's on HBO. It was actually made by a Haitian man. Wonderful documentary you guys should check out. But it explains the entire history of this. And settler colonialism, how Columbus and the rest of Europe came to Ayiti, completely, or tried to at least, exterminated 90% of the Taínos, which is the name of the original indigenous people that lived on the land of Ayiti. Thankfully, the slaves got together with the Taínos, got together with all the Caribbean folks, and fought back. And thus you had the first true republic, the first true democracy, white or black, in the entire world. Yeah. So if Ayiti can defeat settler colonialism, I believe we can defeat it all around the world. Solidarity and happy Haitian Flag Day.
For sure.
Coming to St. James, fun facts.
James, bro, you're always amazing me, bro, with the way you elegantly speak facts. And one thing about it, I know for sure that when I was a kid, when Haitians started being cool, you know, when Haitians started being cool, that was like around like middle school, I guess, for me personally. Nobody wanted to sit through and learn this stuff. It was just like, nah, play music, eat griot, and just be a Haitian. That's it. I'm not trying to learn too much. But then,
not me, bro. My mama had me learning copying the Bible in Creole and French at like age 7.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I went to school in church clothes and got beat up and bullied all day, but you know I had to come home with the church with the clothes still clean.
Yeah, exactly.
Shined. Yep. You know what I mean? So it wasn't the most funnest thing all my life, but I was always proud to be Haitian.
Exactly. And I'm saying for me, like, nobody never sat down was able to like to actually get these lessons or these facts, because I believe if people knew like what our ancestors did back in the day, they would have so much more respect for us. You know what I'm saying? Because we came up out of the mud and we did something that nobody else has done. We're the actual first, just like you said. And so even with that being said, now as I learned that, I'd say I probably learned that in high school. And I'm right. It's a shame that I learned that in high school. Had I learned that in elementary school, it would have been a different story. However, Haitians were not popular at the time. So I'm saying, like, I had a hard time accepting it, you know what I'm saying? But man, just to get a dive into that history is definitely a blessing and makes it easier.
We're continuing in that great tradition, man. That's all we're doing, spreading the knowledge, you know? They didn't figure, they didn't get free and figure, oh, we're gonna chill here and build paradise. Nah, them Haitians went to Cuba, went to Bahamas, went all around the Caribbean, spreading the true ideals of democracy. You know what I mean? Haitians are all around the world doing great things, and we're just continuing that.
Yep. And I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm glad you're a part of it. And I thank you, man, for the facts. Look, we got a second installment of James Facts. Please
be back.
For sure. For sure. But moving forward, we're going to have, let me see who's next. We're going to have Rudy come on and play for us. Rudy has a special selection for us. A little bit about Rudy. Rudy is one of our alum who has been with us since the very first Guitars Over Guns class. And to kind of give you insight, if you know the organization, Jono is our COO. This was back when Jono was teaching. I believe this was 2008. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rudy.
Yeah, about that year. Yeah, 2008.
Right. And Rudy, how old were you in 2008?
I think it was about like 11 or 12.
Okay, how old are you now?
I'm 20. I'm 23. Yeah.
Exactly. That's my point exactly. Rudy's been a lifer for a long time. And you've been a brother to me. Guys,
Of
please
course.
look forward to this performance because we did a sound check last night and I haven't played with Rudy so long. I was shocked. I was like, bro, I forgot how good you were. So you guys are about to be blessed. Please, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Rod Kinsey.
Kenji
Is that right?
LaFrance. Close enough. Close enough.
For sure. All right, my bad, bro.
Now
Go
it's all
ahead.
good. All right. So, how's it going, guys? Happy Haitian Flag Day. And yeah. So I'll be playing two songs. First song is called C'est pas pour date. It's a song by Alcime. I think that was like released back in 2004, 2005. I think it translates to something like for a long time because it's a song about him loving a girl and him always thinking about that girl and everything. So it's a love song. And then the second song I'll be playing, it's like let me see, I'll call it like a crunk hip hop song that I actually liked back in elementary school. It's called Amazo. So if you don't know what Zo means, Zo literally translates to bone. So I believe, the song Amazo is like an anthem for like the Haitians saying that, that we're strong and that we always strive. And that's something that, I hold dear to my heart. So yeah, without further ado, let's start. Let's see.
Yeah, bro. Man, I've been playing with you for probably like 4, 5, 6, 7 years, but it's always refreshing hearing you play, bro. Seriously, from brother to brother, bro. It's always a good thing to hear you play again. And like you said, that last song you played was by Black Dada, Amazo, right?
Yeah, Black Dada, Amazo,
Right.
yeah.
And I want to speak on that real quick because, like I said, as a child, I didn't want anything to do with being Haitian, unfortunately. But however, I can share a quick moment when it was about what, third grade. Um, it was a Haitian Flag Day, and there happened to be a school dance. And I had my Haitian flag, but it was in my pocket. I was like, nah, nobody finna know I'm a Haitian, but I'm still finna rep, but I'm not finna rep fully. And then finally, this song came on during the dance, and next thing you know, all of my friends are throwing their Haitian flags, even kids that aren't Haitian. Celestine's laughing. I'm serious, bro. And then I was like, so it's cool to be a Haitian. And this song was kind of like a breakthrough for me because it was like a hip hop artist who was Haitian and who made Haitian being cool. And not saying that that's what needed to happen, but just for me, just to kind of reflect back, that was my breaking point to understand.
That's
like
the power of music, bro.
Right.
The power of music.
Exactly. So next thing you know, after that, slowly and surely, Haitian music's getting cool. I'm starting to be cool in school. Like, oh, you Haitian? Yeah, I mess with the Haitians, bro. Y'all food tastes good. It was like, huh? Okay, cool. And it's like, again, I say it sucks that it had to go that way for me. I wish I would have just been proud of it back then, simply because. But like I said, just a little piece of momentum for me.
Wait, Caleb, so that happened to you with the song Amazo?
Yeah.
Wow, the same thing happened to me, but with Wyclef and Fugees years before.
Right.
When they won the Grammys and Wyclef came on stage at the Grammys waving the Haitian flag, it's like, oh, now it's cool to be a Zo. You know, it's cool to be Haitian overnight. It's just amazing the power of music and culture to just change society, you know?
Exactly. And one thing about it, our music is dope. I know y'all heard our Inez set, Rudy set, and Unistiq set. And James, we're actually about to go introduce your video and your set, bro. That just slid right in real cool. So without further ado, Carly, if you're ready.
Hold up, real quick.
My bad.
Yeah. I definitely gotta say something before we play the song.
For sure. Go ahead, man.
I was inviting you in the chat if you really want to learn some tumbu, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Come out to the TIT drum circle. Shout out to the TIT drum circle. We meet up every now and then in TIT and just like go off all night, you know? But I want to tell a quick story about one of these drum circles that I went to, right? Mm-hmm. In this song we're about to play, right? It's a sample that I took from a really, really old Haitian song from a legendary band called Bukonginin. Bukonginin, y'all should look up that band.
Sure.
That band, for a while, their music was even banned from being played in Haiti because it was too political, right? Yeah, the band members themselves were on the run. This I learned from my mom. She used to play some of their songs all the time, over and over again. But anyway, back to the drum circle. So at the TIT drum circle, there is this old man at the TIT drum circle, right? And the guy dresses like, it's weird. He dresses like a general, right? He'll have on like all black in the middle of the sunny 90-degree heat, all black and gold and shades. And he's like, he looks like he's 90 years old or something, but he's dead serious, you know, just dead serious. So in the middle of the drum circle, I'm drumming. This man go, stop. No, you're doing it wrong. You got to do it like this. I'm like, what? Bruh, I've been drumming at Notre Dame Church since I was like 7 years old. I know you're an old man. We got to respect our elders, but, you know, let me do my thing, you know? So I go to drumming a little bit more, you know what I mean? And he does it again. He stops me. I'm like, what? So eventually I'm like, you know what? Got to respect the elders. I'm just going to shut up and listen. Mm-hmm. I ain't going to lie to you. I learned in a couple of hours, I learned more drumming from that man than I have in the past 20 years of drumming.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm glad I shut up and listened. Yeah. That man became an elder in the community. He became almost like one of my mentors, you know, those old Haitians that scold you every time they see you.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
God bless him. His name is Matisu. He just recently passed away. And only after he passed away did I discover that he was a member of this awesome band called Bukonginin.
Wow.
Yeah. and he actually played on a bunch of those albums. And the song that I sampled that you're about to play is a sample from Bukongini. So this is why when I see Inez with her father, I'm just like, you know, we can honor the ancestors all day, but while they're here, we still got to honor the elders. You know what I mean?
While they're here. Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely. And I resonate with that really well, man. All right, without further ado, let's hear it. Carly, if you could play the video for us, please.
My commandments. Runaway slaves ran back in. No white God, so fights hard. Only way we can win. Coop it that bullet, cut the head and set a fire on every house that paid bills on account of slavery. Why them should they say? Why them should they say? Companion, help me to sing this song and anthem. Help me to sing a song that never abandons. A song that's demanding. Better let freedom ring. The niggas let the chopper sing. A ritual offering from my comrades. Help me to sing a song that puts people in power on blast. The evil of cowards won't last as we light the match that burns the damnation. Masses ass and turns the plantation from battle torn to the first Black Republic form.
The show. Oh man, I love seeing James perform. It is very rarely you see James perform, but when he does, he delivers. James, we love you and we appreciate you, man. That was an awesome lesson that you just gave, especially with the I forgot his name. I want to honor his name, but I forgot it. But the elder that
Matisu. It's okay. It's Matisu.
Matisu. Okay, cool.
Matisu Legba.
Got it. Okay. Oh, that makes sense with your Instagram name.
That was that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I caught it now.
This is what I'm saying. Sometimes we got to listen to the spirits, you know. That was not purposely done. I've been channeling the spirit of Legba for a few years, and then I bump into him, and I realize his name's Matisu Legba. It kind of was meant to be. The elders always give honor and respect the elders as we do the ancestors.
For sure, man. I appreciate you, bro, and you sound awesome, bro. Again, it's always a pleasure to hear you play. I still have Gutter Fly ringing in my head, so please continue to play. I love it, man. Continuing next, we're gonna have Unistiq play their second tune, which will be a medley of songs from the Unistiq. This medley is consisting of some tunes that resonate with me personally. We kind of changed the set list last minute, and we just all agreed to go back to the heavy hitters of our church songs that kind of give us a space to like release and you know, channel some peace for us and ourselves through some tough times. So without further ado, Carly, if you could play the video for us, please.
Ça pour m'bailler, pour moi, monsieur, si c'est la vie qui pas fin point. Si c'est l'esprit qui bouleverse, même moi vini, fais ça oublier. Qui ça pour moi, monsieur? Si c'est la vie qui pas fin point, si c'est l'esprit qui bouleverse, même moi vini, fais ça oublier. Qui ça pour moi, monsieur? Si c'est la vie qui pas fin point, si c'est l'esprit qui bouleverse, même moi vini, fais ça oublier. Qui ça pour moi, monsieur? Si c'est la vie qui pas fin point, si c'est l'esprit qui bouleverse, même moi vini, fais ça oublier. Qui ça pour moi, monsieur? Si c'est la vie qui pas fin point, si c'est l'esprit qui bouleverse, même moi vini, fais ça oublier. La pleuve même en l'air pour m'adorer. Mets à genoux, non pied pour me prosterner. Et vois-moi vivre devant toi, nous, vineta pliwa, yon mou, leve même en l'air pour m'adorer. Mettre à genoux, non pied pour me prosterner. Te vois moi vivre devant toi, nous, vineta pliwa, yon mou. Te vois moi vivre devant toi, nous, vineta pliwa, yon mou. Non, qui est saint, Jésus, agneau bon Dieu. 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 M'a levé même en l'air pour m'adorer. Mettre à genoux, non pied pour me prosterner. Te vois moi vivre devant toi, nous, vineta pliwa, yon mou. Te vois moi vivre devant toi, nous, vineta pliwa, yon mou. Vineta pliwa, yon mou. Vineta pliwa, yon mou.
Boom. There you have it, folks. Again,
Amazing.
thanks, Walker, man. Yeah, that last song, those last couple of songs resonate with me really well. Even Celeste was over here laughing real hard because he just knows there's certain songs you sing in church that'll just light up a room. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad I was able to share that with you all. Because not often do we get to do it anymore, especially because of quarantine, and especially because now we're older, we're playing at different churches and stuff. So to just sit back and be able to play those tunes means a lot.
I'm sorry, those were church songs?
Yes, from the Shunnis ones.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Sorry, I grew up in a Haitian church, so.
For sure.
We sung in Creole.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's that. Those I would like to thank personally again, Gabe, Krista, and Jeff, who stuck it out through the midnight hours literally to make this happen. We were having some troubles trying to record the sound to make it real nice for you guys, so we were able to stick it through. And mainly shout out our board director Gabe, who you've seen playing bass. He was supposed to join us tonight, however, like I said, we're not students anymore. So Gabe is also doing his own thing with Kingdom Vibes, an organization he leads, and he's currently on a gig right now. So he was unfortunately unable to attend, but as you can see, he blessed us with the performance he just gave. All right, so finally, as you can see here, I got my homie Celestin. Celestin is a student that I mentor personally. I don't get to teach as often, but we always hit each other up, checking in, trying to see what's up. And I just wanted to go ahead and introduce you to the audience, man. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good, bro. How about you?
Why you got all that deep voice on me, bro? What's going on, bro? He got older now, so I remember when Celestin was about, what, 9 years old? No, not 9. 11, 12. Yeah, so tell us about yourself, bro.
My name is Celestin. I'm 17. I currently attend North Miami Senior High School.
Dope.
I play drums and I play snare drum for the band. So.
Cool. So I know one thing that resonated with me when I was teaching at the North Miami Middle High School. That's when you were in middle school.
Yeah.
So I was teaching summer school at the middle school, and I remember Celestin sticking out. And I walked up to him and was like, "Why you seeing?" And that means, "Are you Haitian?" And he just looked at me like, "Yeah, why you seeing?" And we just immediately clicked from there. And I just saw myself in him, simply because we come from the same background. And not only that, he grew up in church as well, so he know what it's like to stick through a 4-hour service playing fast compa. Your hand is burning, and so he brought that to the table as well in the summer program. So yeah, man, it's been a pleasure knowing you, bro, and mentoring you. We had some tough times back then, and you've matured a lot. So yeah, dude. Let me see. So I'd say this. I want to ask this question because I know for me, this was something that I explained here. What is it like being a Haitian American kid right now in Miami?
Right now, back then, as you said, being Haitian, you'll get joked on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But now everybody want to be Haitian.
For sure.
They like the culture.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cool.
For sure. Definitely. Yeah. So even speaking on that, bro, back then when I was a kid, you couldn't really say you was Haitian. I know for my older folks like James, you guys had it much worse. I know some people
that old now. Hold up.
What's up?
I ain't that old, but yeah, I feel you.
Oh, my bad, bro. I didn't mean to say it like that. My bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, I know for my sister personally, I know people that got jumped, people that was like bullied really, really bad for being Haitians. They still got scars from fights. And we just had to stick through. And I'm happy that nowadays, like in your generation now, people are accepting the culture. And it's because of things like this, showcases like this, where we're speaking out on it and we're attacking the problem head on with educating people on the culture. So I'm glad you got it easier. I had it easy, and I say respect to the OGs who went through it, the first couple of times around back in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. Let me see, what else? What motivates you to rep your Haitian culture?
So I guess the Wyclef comment showed my age. Is that what happened?
A little bit. I ain't gonna lie, I was bumping Wyclef today. So, you know, it ain't that old, bro. It ain't that age. It ain't that old.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You're absolutely right, man. You know, it's kind of a hopeful but a good feeling to know with each generation things get better. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to know that it's never as bad as it was in 1803, 1804. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, for sure. So we give respect to that. Definitely, we honor that. But yeah, back to Celestin, man. What motivates you to rep your culture?
What really motivated me to rep my culture is that it makes me stand out, makes me different. Because when somebody asks me, "You Haitian?" Yeah, I tell them, yeah. The first thing they ask me, "You know how to play compa?" You know how to play compa? Yeah. And I tell them, yeah, you know. So it really makes me stand out.
For sure, and that's honestly, I felt like for me as a musician, Celestin also plays drums, and so that's how we definitely connected. For me, back then when I was coming up in the Miami scene, I was playing jazz, I was playing Latin stuff, I was playing some R&B, funk, some top 40 stuff. But then what I do, I'm Haitian, and it's inevitable. I'm gonna play some Haitian rhythms while I play. And so I'd be on a gig and I throw in a little, and then everybody starts going crazy, like, ooh, what is that? And that right there set me apart. And I remember telling you, like, make sure you incorporate your Haitian culture in it, because that's going to set you apart from all the different drummers, because anything you bring from your ethnicity, your culture, will definitely be a gem for you. It won't be a curse. Although that's how I felt back then, I'm learning now it is actually a gem that you got to make sure people understand. So as a go-go student, my next question is, how has your experience been?
Ever since I've been in go-go, it really taught me a lot, you know. In go-go, at first, I wasn't really confident in what I did. Once I got the go-go, it really motivated me and made me comfortable in what I do.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I want to highlight, bro, I remember when, back to the summer school where I first taught you, you were a little bit more advanced than everybody. And one of the things I tasked you was to be a peer mentor, which is teach the other kids, you know, because that year we had a lot of students. We did. And you remember Joshua, right? You're laughing. He was tough. But I remember teaching the other kids and not being able to teach the other kids. There are just so many kids, but then you came through and helped me out because you became a leader and I gave you that task and you handled it so well. And I remember I rewarded you at the end with a stick bag. You still got it?
Yeah.
Okay, for sure. I just wanted to make sure, bro. Make sure you're not. Okay, all right, cool. And I think that's about it, man. Celestin, I'm proud of you, bro. I know COVID cut off a lot of things. We were able to get some practice session in, guys. Throughout COVID, we were able to socially distance, probably rent out the studio and just get some practice lessons in. But I'm looking forward to more. I know right now you're a part of the alumni band that we have now. Yeah. Awesome. So we'll definitely get some things brewed up and get you guys performing real soon. So I know you've been attending the rehearsals as well. Yeah. Dope. So you guys already been in the vein learning tunes and stuff like that. So that's good to hear, man. But yes, that's about it for our showcase. Thank you, Celestin, for being here. You've been kicking it with me. Thank you for a little minute. I'd like to thank the performers, Inez and her father, Rudy, St. James, the Unistiq band, and everybody that's here. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. This has been a gift for me. Definitely go ahead and show that flag, James. This has been a gift for me because, man, Haitian culture has done a lot for me. And I'm at a loss of words simply because I always go back to this. It's just something that was so underrated in my childhood that I wish I would have held closer. But I'm definitely making up for time. And I hope that
your kids, you're gonna teach your kids.
Exactly. And I hope that this blessed other people with knowledge and information that you guys didn't know, because there's a lot to know about Haitians. It's not just, we do got the greatest food in the world. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna put that on the table right now.
Yeah,
if you want to cook and have a cook off,
that right.
If you want to have a cook off,
no other way.
Exactly. Let's do it. We can make it happen. I'm gonna put it on the table. We got the best food in the world, but there's also more to that. There's so much more to that. Learning about our flag, learning about how we overcame. It's a big deal, and that's why we stand strong. We stand united. And I'd like to thank you guys for joining us tonight. And tonight would not be possible without our partners again. We have Savage Content, Castle and Castle, FON Advisors, Bob and Kathy Bernstein, Turner Investment Management, the Dr. Jack Whitrich Foundation, Law Offices of Brian Perlin, BAC Florida Bank, AT&T, and especially the Green Family Foundation. Thank you, Kim and Murray and the Green Family Foundation for joining us today. It's awesome to for you guys to bless us with your presence. And this is Guitars Over Guns Ayiti Showcase. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys can follow us at Guitars Over Guns on all our platforms, and you can, to keep up with our next performances happening in the spring. Look, our schools will be having showcases, okay? So please look out for that. We got a song coming out soon with our students for the music video of the year. Please look out for that. Stay tuned. We got a lot in store for you guys. So thank you for coming through. Inez, you look like you're about to say something.
I just want to say, first, don't forget the album we have out.
Yes.
Be Pouring. That's out right now with songs from mentors and mentees that we wrote for the pandemic. My father and I just want to say thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys, for letting us have this moment with you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yes, and lastly, thank you, Caleb, for making this happen. All your hard work is seen and heard and felt. Thank you so much. We love you. Love you.
Shout out to you, Caleb. Great job hosting.
Thanks.
Great job putting this together. Bro, you the man.
Appreciate it.
What happens when you come out of go-go.
Appreciate it, man. I'm learning from y'all. Y'all teach me everything, and this is just a reflection of you guys. So thank you for pouring into me. All y'all got. Thank you, man. Without further ado, that's all, folks. Have a good night. Have a good one. We'll see y'all later.